Our next speaker, Robert Allen Mansfield, ran as an independent for governor last year in the 2010 gubernatorial race. Robert is a cancer survivor and Iraq war vet. He retired as a sergeant in the Army with numerous medals and citations that include 2 Army Commendation Medals, a Combat Action Badge, 6 Army Achievement Medals, and an Operation Katrina Humanitarian Service Medal. Robert puts God first in his life and, like many Americans, has been faced with hardships and has proven himself both a fighter and a survivor. Mr. Mansfield is a soldier for liberty that has served his country both in uniform and continues to serve out of uniform. Please welcome Mr. Robert Allen Mansfield.
Government problem is the problem. It's the problem. Government problem. Government problem is the problem.
A thoughtful address by Ronald Reagan.
Government is not the solution to our problem. Government is the problem. Government is not the solution.
Thoughtful address by Ronald Reagan. May he rest in peace. God bless you, Mr. President. Andy, Patrick, Evan, Michael Koffenberger, Dave Moser, it is an honor to be with you today. It is an honor to be in Hanover, Pennsylvania. I want to thank Sam Royer for his leadership with Americans for Prosperity. And I want to give a quick shout out to some young people that are here with me today. One of my road dog, my brother Lionel, back here. Thank you, Lionel, for being patient. Back in December, I was diagnosed with a traumatic brain injury due to my service in Iraq. And you've been with me every step of the way through examinations, doctor's appointments, traveling around the state and around the country. And it's an honor to have a dedicated brother with you as you go through these difficult times. So thank you, Lionel. It's an honor to have you as my brother. Today I'm with 2 young people who I hope that you'll take the time to speak with. They traveled with me from Philadelphia. Ms. Katora Caesar is an independent candidate for City Council in Philadelphia. She's bringing new concepts, new ideas to Philadelphia and its young people. And to Tommy, her campaign manager, they just want to speak with you and to listen with you to understand the Tea Party from an unfiltered perspective. So take the time to share your experiences in the Tea Party with them so that they leave here today with a positive image of the Tea Party. I want to give a couple of shout outs, and I know this is going to go on YouTube in a couple of hours, to my mentor, Lenny McAllister, to Shirley Huzar from the Hip Hop Republicans, spreading conservatism throughout the nation and in the inner cities, and in memoriam. I want to dedicate my speeches from here on to Specialist Anthony Michael Carter, a soldier who served in Afghanistan and who died back in Memorial Day of 2010 from a swimming accident in Taylorsville, Kentucky. I was Specialist Taylor's mentor when he came out of Afghanistan with a blood sugar of 500. It was an honor to be his mentor because Specialist Carter was a conservative's conservative. Straight Tea Party activist, but he loved his country, and he'll be missed very dearly. especially by Sergeant Robert Mansfield. And to Terry Smith, who, if it was not for Terry Smith, I would not be speaking at tea parties today. Terry Smith was from Paducah, Kentucky. He was a fair tax supporter and a Tea Party activist. Terry Smith died of kidney cancer last year around Christmas. And what makes that so important to me was I had kidney cancer. So we connected even more as he was going through his process. I wear an extra bracelet in honor of these two men, and I would like to have a moment of silence for both of these two gentlemen. May the Lord bless them and keep them. My friends, my topic this afternoon is one of encouragement to just Hanover, Pennsylvania, to just Hanover Tea Party patriots, to you, Andy. My topic this afternoon is always be in search of excellence. I want to encourage you to always be in search of excellence. It was 40 years ago that a heroin-addicted mother gave birth to a child. And knowing that she was unable to care for that child, this courageous mother did one of the most selfless acts that any mother could have done. She sent her child down the Nile River. And on the other end of that river was a family waiting for that child. It is because of this mother's courageous act that I stand before you here this afternoon. An Army veteran and a proud American. My friends, I spent 7 days in Philadelphia General Hospital recovering from heroin. Was transferred to a foster home. Then transferred to my adoptive family. Was molested at age 10, physically abused, and was told by the state of Pennsylvania that I am incorrigible. I cannot be helped. Was transferred to another children's home where I was raped, spit on, beaten, and mocked by the staff. The very same adults who were charged to protect me turned against me. Moved up to Eastern Pennsylvania where I learned to do preparatory speech. Became the student council president of a 98% white high school. Left Wilson to come back to Philadelphia only to become homeless. Gave my life to Christ in '91. But spent 4 years in a homeless shelter, on welfare. And in 1996, I joined the Army National Guard, the 103rd Engineers. In 2005, I re-enlisted into the Army National Guard, knowing full well that one day I would get a call. That call would ask me to put my life on the line, not just for America, but for the liberty and freedoms of the Iraqi people. August 2006, I received a call. We need 30 people to go to Iraq. I said, send me. December 22nd, as you were, December 21st, I boarded a plane to travel 7,000 miles to Kuwait. I landed in Kuwait on the 24th of December. On the 31st of December, I boarded a C-130. Destination unknown. Mission not clear. But landed somewhere in southern Iraq to join up with a convoy security team to protect the convoys going through Iraq. On September 1st of 2007, I stepped off a DC-10 in Indianapolis at 6:30 p.m., the first thing I did was bow down and kiss the ground on American soil. Because until you travel to another country and see the destitute and the problems, you cannot appreciate America until you go through that process. Was diagnosed with diabetes, and in 2008, diagnosed with cancer. On the 17th of June 2010, I rolled out of Fort Knox for the final time as a retired soldier, medically wounded, but proud of my service. Why did I stand here and tell you this story? Why does anyone care? But for one simple fact. Every time I got knocked down, I got up. On November 14th, 2010, I had the nerve and audacity to stand on the steps of the Capitol and tell the very same state that said I was incorrigible, I told them that I am running for governor in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. And though I did not win, I had fun. We articulated a clear vision for Pennsylvania and was very proud to be able to stand before you, my fellow Pennsylvanians, and articulate that vision. But why do you care about all this? None of this, what does this have to do with the Tea Party? Why do you care? As I said before, for every time I was knocked down, I got back up. And that is America. For every time America gets knocked down, we get back up. When the tall towers fell, we got back up. 3 of the most feared words that a terrorist will ever hear is that the Americans are coming. Three of the most comforting words on the other end of that red phone is that the Americans are coming. 3 of the most feared words that Washington fears is that the Tea Party is coming. Hanover, Pennsylvania. What if a man named Jesus didn't get up Sunday morning? They came to him at night and betrayed him for 30 pieces of silver. They beat him, tore chunks of flesh out of him, mocked him, spit on him, nailed him to a wooden cross, hung him between a thief and a murderer. Can you imagine Christ trying to breathe, being hung? Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they do. Between the 6th and the 9th hour, he gave up the ghost when he said, "It is finished." But that was not the end of the story. They put him in the grave. But that's not the end of the story. Because early one Sunday morning, he got up from the grave, shook the dust off his robe, rolled back the stone, scattered the centurion soldiers, stepped out of the grave with all power in his hands,